Hello, hello, hello. Let me just, how are you? Happy Monday. Going live on Insta as well, and we will share this to YouTube. Happy Monday, everyone. We are now in April. How exciting. How are you all feeling? The energy from March was just massive, and it will continue this month. We've got some really exciting shifts happening for all of us, and it's so exciting. Humanity is waking up. Everyone is just popping consciously. It's like consciousness, awareness, everything is just it's an exciting time to be on the planet, everyone. How are you all feeling? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. And also, we've got people joining on Insta as well as Facebook. Now, let me just get Facebook open because I know last week I never saw the actual comments. So I'll just open that up and make sure that I can actually see the comments. And if you've got any questions, if you would like a, okay, now I can actually see it. Beautiful. So this month, and we have a full moon in Libra. This Wednesday night, so on the 5th or the 6th it will be the actual full moon, but I'm doing a meditation and a workshop on Wednesday night if you'd like to join me in person or online. And the energies for the full moon, and let me just get my notes, because this full moon is really shining the light on anything that is not working for us. And I say that, though, really looking at the shadow, looking at the parts of ourselves that are working against our true authentic self, working against our true essence, really looking at how are we showing up in the world, and is there destructive behaviors, is there addictions, is there old habits and ways of being that are not working for you, and this can be doing the same old and wasting a lot of time on situations, circumstances, things, events, or that aren't bringing value to your life. This could be relationships and people. And so I do want to share some more information on that. But this is about really stepping away from the old, and this is a whole rebirth for you individually, rebirthing. It's a renewal of energy as you rebirth and really step forward in your power. So out with the old, in with the new. And so this is a balancing. Remember, Libra is the set of scales, and it's all about balance. So looking at creating more balance in your life, and looking at the relationships in your life, and do they bring you joy? And having healthy relationships with others. It could be, more new communities, new friends coming into your life, as well as your relationship with yourself. Remember, everything, our relationships with others starts with ourselves, and then our energy will attract new people. So I'll just share what I did on Saturday for the first time. Is I met this person who actually facilitates ice baths, and he does breath work. And I went, wow, this is something I would love to experience. So on Saturday morning, I went and experienced my first ice bath and breath work. And it was amazing, and with a really conscious community, and yeah, lovely people. So open yourself up to new friends, new communities. And it's interesting, this particular community are also Zouk dancers. And I started learning Zouk dancing 20 years ago, and then restarted again before the lockdowns, and then I stopped. So now it's inspired me to go back to the Zouk dancing. And so what's the this full moon in Libra, it's always balancing out your personal energy, and also where you're spending time. So have a look at, you know, your actual daily activities, on where you're spending time and who with, and looking at it objectively. And does it bring you joy? Is it easy? Is it effortless? Or does it drain you? And so this is looking at a lot of relationship patterns and checking in with yourself and being true to yourself. And also with that is, as we are checking in with ourselves and accepting our own energy, this is also accepting our vulnerabilities as well as our insecure parts of ourselves. And these parts have been covered up by the ego. And so this Saturday on the 8th, I will be doing a constellation group. And what we're looking at is your passion, your purpose, and the blind spot. Now, the blind spot are those shadow areas that we've squashed down. It's those unconscious parts of ourselves, which the ego, because the ego is there to keep us safe, right? So, but there's parts of ourselves that are there for our learning. And when we embrace those parts and work with them in a healthy way, therefore we're not suppressing them or trying to run from them or getting triggered by others in a relationship. And this is where relationships with others, and if you're triggered, those parts that are unresolved will get triggered. And so what we will be doing on Saturday is looking at those parts, and it's a fabulous workshop. I haven't taught it for a while. It's been several years since I've taught it, and so I'm excited to share it. It's a very small, intimate group, and it's here in Brisbane. It will be in person, so definitely yeah, it's not something that can be done online. I'll add the link underneath here. Excuse me. A sneeze just immersed. So there's a confirmation of what I'm talking about, because sneeze is a confirmation. So this Saturday will be a really exciting day of revelations, of insights for the people, the small group that I've got coming, and it's finding out more about you, and it's an amazing workshop. So if you are interested in the future, let me know, and because this is a workshop that I'm just testing to see whether I will continue teaching. Okay. And yeah, so the energy right now, it's looking at those parts that are those false parts that need to be melted away. And So with the vulnerability, it's when you melt it away, you may feel exposed or vulnerable or feeling raw, like, oh, you know, but you're really connecting to your true, authentic self. And that's why we all came here. There's no judgment unless we are judging ourselves. And so everyone is doing the best they can. And also everyone is here to feel that love within, and also feel that love and peace and joy in your heart, and really stand in your power and own who you are, the magnificence of who you are. And when you fully step into your power of who you are, then things start opening up and everything just starts unraveling. It's an amazing time to be on the planet. This month we also have Mercury retrograde happening on the 21st of April for 3 weeks until the 14th, 15th of May. And that's another exciting time. It's actually all about completing things. So double check, make sure with communication technology that you do a computer backup and that you just double check your plans. But it's about completing things and planning for the future. So it's a time of reflection and going within and not starting new projects. Don't, sign any new contracts or any big negotiations during that time. Just have some time out, go within, reflect on where you're at. And so that's happening this month as well. And then we have a solar eclipse. So I'll talk more about both of those energies in the next couple of weeks. And let me know what questions you have. So this week, if you'd like to join the full moon meditation, it is online and as well as in person here in Brisbane. And I will choose a card for the collective for everyone from the Good Tarot. And let's see what comes through. So the energies will continue this month and into next month. Really powerful. Where the planets are, there's so many planets moving. I strongly urge you to go onto YouTube and actually listen to an astrology reading specific for your star sign. Okay, and then you understand exactly which planet is in which house and how the full moon and the solar eclipse and Mercury retrograde and any other planets of what is affecting you personally. So, this one just jumped out. So I encourage you to do that. Okay, we have the 9 of air, and I'll share what that message is. Shifting negative self-talk to self-compassion, from fear to possibility, a call to faith. With a gentle, maleficous voice, I tell myself that I will be okay, that I am okay, and that any fear is merely false evidence appearing as real. I forgive myself because I know I am a human trying the best I can and need only call on spirit to remember that I can and will do better as new possibilities begin to gather on my horizon. Isn't that a beautiful confirmation? What we were just talking about is being true to ourselves and looking at those parts of what's going on for us personally and where we feel stuck. So look at the areas which is frustrating you, or things, you know, what's not working in your life. Where do you feel frustrated with different projects or a job or relationships or money issues or health issues or anything. And this is really taking us a big look at exactly what's going on for you, and is your life balanced? Now, I will be creating another separate webinar on balance, because this is a big area for us to look at, and it is the first step to my BENN Method. And so my whole message is burnout to balance. Now, when I was burnt out, I actually got the download, okay, what do I need? And that's where it's like balance, energy, nurture, and nourish. So that's my BENN Method. And that's what I now teach others, those steps, and it's all advanced self-care for the soul. And so I will do a separate video on that, and it is a separate webinar, and I'll invite you to it. Though for now, it's really important for you to be gentle with yourself and review your life, and especially with the full moon. The full moon is all about releasing and letting go and letting go and letting go. And so that's exactly, you know, when you can be honest with yourself, and that's letting go of negative emotions like fear and anger and anxiety and any, you know, areas where you feel stuck, because again, it's only happening in your mind. Remember, you're an amazing, magnificent being full of love and light. So any areas in your life where you're not feeling that, well, this is your time to release it and use these energies of where the planets are and what's happening right now consciously on the planet for humanity. This is your time to wake up and get with the program. And there's no going back, everyone. The frequencies, the vibration on the planet, it is massive. It's very exciting, and exciting times ahead. Yeah. So I'm going to choose a card from the Sacred Light Oracles, and this is for everybody. And again, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me live. Okay. So choosing a card. These are the Ascension cards. And this is the Inner Oracle. So there's the card. Beautiful artwork. And I'll share the message. It says, you are the channel, deja vu and self-fulfilling prophecies. Receiving this knowledge and wisdom that is offered from deep illumination can often be prophetic and life-affirming, and will help you to know you are on the right path. Powerful realizations, prophetic visions, past life memories, and soul connections are triggered by the oracle that is centered deep within you. And let me know if this resonates with you. The wisdom of this inner oracle is often buried within, Discovering its presence illuminates past mistakes, bad choices, and ego-based relationships with yourself and others. Again, this is another confirmation to what I was just talking about. The relationship comes back to you, okay? Everything is unfolding perfectly in divine order. So revealing this connection can trigger internal defense, making it difficult to maintain a solid connection to the intelligence of your oracle. Dedicated to illuminate the earth, Lord Lanto asks you to learn and grow your inner oracle with discussion, seeing the world with eyes of wisdom and acknowledging that you are still a student learning in the great cycle of this life. Accepting possible errors in judgment allows your consciousness to adapt, redirecting energy to a new outcome. Holding the flame of illumination on the second ray, Ascension Master Lord Lanto encourages you to become closer to your sense of knowing. Explore your psychic self and intuition as you examine previous signs and events where deja vu has been experienced. Sudden realizations will occur now. Having the courage to openly accept them is what initiates the act of enlightenment. So mastery is the key to self-success. Discipline your mind. And the affirmation is, I am constantly learning. I illuminate my presence with each lesson. And so see this earth as a playground. And we are all beings of light, all children learning and growing on this journey together. And earth is the playground where we come to interact with each other, because in this physical body we get to feel emotions, and in feeling those emotions and being triggered. And that's another workshop or presentation that I'll be doing on triggers when I come to America. I'll be doing a tour at the end of the year, and it's all on triggers. And this is those parts, like I was saying, is those parts that are unresolved and being ruled by the ego is what gets triggered, because the ego is there to protect us. And if we're triggered, we go into fight and flight, and that's where the defensiveness comes in. And everyone is just wanting to be loved and feel safe. Now, if you don't feel loved or feel safe, then the judgment comes out, or the projection, or the defensiveness, or the reaction. And that's not your true, authentic self. It's just the ego in reaction. So that's why it's really important to look at these parts that are being triggered and where you are reacting to people, situations, events, whatever it is, someone cutting you off in the car, or someone being rude, or whatever it is, and look at those parts, and being true, and really coming back to the love that you are. So very interesting card. Okay. Do we have any questions? So 12 o'clock is the new time for the Magical Mondays moving forward. Let me know if this time works for you. And because it has been moved from 11 o'clock, and then daylight savings has changed. So we're still working out the best time. And I have another meeting at 11 o'clock every week. So Magical Mondays will be at 12 o'clock, and here to do healings as well as readings for you. And if you would like a reading or a healing, send me a message beforehand, and because the limit is 2 people per call. And yeah, and I'm just wondering, we may do a quick healing now. And I've got a little monkey here. So this is Monkey, which I'll put on my lap. And so if you are listening to this replay, just relax in your body. Sit in the chair, feeling your sit bones heavy in the chair, and taking some long, slow, deep breaths in, real big belly breaths. Really connect to your breath, bringing it into your belly, relaxing your nervous system, connecting and relaxing, and really getting more into the parasympathetic nervous system. And breathing and relaxing. What's your intention for this healing? And set that intention on what you choose to heal. Maybe it's a part that you that is being ruled by the ego. Maybe it's some clarification and some insights and a solution to a problem. And just breathing and relaxing and sending a grounding cord down into the earth, all the way down into the earth. And using this as your drain pipe to release and let go. And now open up the top of your head, your crown chakra, and this is where you'll bring in the pure source energy that flows down through all the chakras, all the way through your body, and going all the way down your grounding cord, also connecting with Mother Earth. And we call in all the archangels, ascended masters, all the beings of light, all the other light beings, and whoever you talk to, communicate with in spirit, and bring them in to help you to cleanse and clear, and help you to release and let go, and to bring clarity to any area of your life that you would like a message or an answer to, or clarity on, or a solution. So every problem or challenge has a solution. And listen for the answers. And while you're doing that, I'm just clearing the auric field around this monkey, clearing the energy, releasing the worry, the doubt, the fear, the grief, sadness, rebalancing the energies in the auric field. A lot of chatter around your head. So just release all of that down your grounding cord. And also send roots down from the soles of your feet into the earth and just suck up that beautiful earth energy all the way up to your heart center. And breathing and releasing. Open up your heart, allow it to expand with the unconditional love from Mother Earth. And also you've got the pure source energy from the cosmos flowing down, also connecting with your heart center in the middle of your chest. And set the intention on what you choose to release right now in this moment. Ask the questions that you would like clarity on or an answer to. So what I'm doing is I'm cleansing and washing away the energy. And it's like this purification, if you can imagine this detergent or washing solution is coming around you like this spiral and washing every layer of your body. So it's starting at the top of your head, and just imagine like this whirlpool of energy, and it's washing and it's cleansing. You know those lettuce spinners, and where you put the lettuce in it and you spin it and all the water particles all scatter. See it like that. See yourself in this lettuce spinner, and the energy that's cleansing and washing your auric field is actually spinning off any attachments, any dark particles, any heavy energy from other people, or anything that you've picked up from the external world, or if you've picked up information from the media or something that you've just listened or heard or read and it's upset you, or it's created some kind of fear or doubt. Let that spin off and release it, release it, release it, and keep breathing, breathing and releasing. And allow this to keep spinning and going out to all the layers of your auric field. And then keep coming back to your heart center and just allow your heart to keep filling up with love and light, and allow it to expand. Also, your third eye, allow your third eye to expand. So this is a really powerful time to listen to your intuition, to trust your inner guidance, to allow your third eye to just completely expand. So it's bigger than your head, it's bigger than your body, it's so big. And just allow it just to expand and open up. This is where you receive your psychic intuition and those messages that are coming through. And I encourage you to write down those messages that are coming through. And also do this very simple exercise on a daily basis. Anytime that you may be feeling anxious or worried, or any fear or doubt or uncertainty, anything that's coming up for you, I encourage you just to do this quick exercise, and that will just help to balance and harmonize your body. Just giving thanks to your helpers in spirit that continue to love you and keep you safe and protected at all times. And that are constantly guiding you on a daily basis, on a moment-to-moment basis. So listen to your inner guidance and make the choices that make you feel good. And I will leave it there. On Wednesday night, we will go much deeper and do a longer meditation. And so if you'd like to join me, I'll put the link in the comments. And any questions that you have, send me an email at linda@lindabenn.com or send me a direct message. And I look forward to seeing you this Wednesday night or seeing you on Zoom. Until then, have a magical week. Sending you much love, many blessings, and embrace the energy. It is such an exciting time. This full moon is shining the light on those areas. So be gentle with yourself. Lots of self-care, lots of love and nurturing, okay? And yeah, like I said, you know, it's a time of reflection and really going within and being true to yourself. So enjoy, have a magical week, and I look forward to seeing you next week, okay? And we'll say goodbye to Instagram and goodbye on Facebook. And I'll talk to you soon. Much love. Bye-bye.